Don't miss Good American Family.
We have a little girl here for adoption. She has dwarfism.
Starring Ellen Pompeo and Mark Duplass.
Something is off.
She's just a little girl. You think she's faking?
She has adult teeth. There are signs of puberty.
Inspired by the shocking stories that tore a family apart.
I don't know what's going on.
How old are you?
You should get a lawyer.
You have no idea how those people hurt this girl.
The Hulu original series, Good American Family. New episodes Wednesdays, streaming on Hulu.
Have you experienced serious complications with a Paragard IUD, like breakage or fracture? You're not alone. Keller Postman is here to help. Tap the banner now for a free case review. We're helping women hold manufacturers accountable. If eligible, you may be entitled to compensation of up to $200,000. Don't wait. Tap now or visit iudinjury.com/audio to see if you qualify. Your health matters, and justice is within reach. Tap the banner or visit iudinjury.com/audio to get started today. This is attorney advertising.
You pay the lawn guy?
No. He just shows up for free because of my sparkling personality.
And now, Cheese Wits.
There she is. Look at her. What was that? You the look at you in the leopard skin.
She's in leopard skin? Wait a minute.
I was not in leopard skin. This picture, Chris, is what he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
She's in a leopard pelt.
Not in a leopard pelt.
Pelt. That's neat.
Came back from her safari and got a leopard pelt.
Yeah, you know me and my safari.
Her and the Trump boys were on safari, and she got her a leopard pelt.
Yeah.
Fantastic. We thought you might have forgot that it was Wednesday.
Considering Wally and I have been talking for a couple minutes now.
Oh,
you know what's interesting is that there's like a little side panel on my Zoom thing that says that I've got this, this appointment coming up, and it's only showing me that Wally and I are in the room.
Well, I assure you, I'm here.
So you say.
Having an ice cream.
Huh?
He's having an ice cream.
Oh.
That's what I am. And your microphone's doing weird things again, Wally.
Yep.
How's that?
A little better.
Mm-hmm.
What kind? Where did you get your ice cream from?
At Jesus Chicken.
Jesus Chicken.
Well, is Jesus is that?
It's Chick-fil-A, Wally.
Is that Chick-fil-A? I didn't know they served ice cream.
Probably has pickle juice in it.
It's the Ice Dream cone.
Oh.
So is it orange flavor?
How fancy.
No, it's just vanilla ice dream, they say. So I don't know whether it really has any ice cream in it or not. It might be like when you'd walk into a McDonald's in Pennsylvania in the 80s and the sign on the wall said ice milk.
Yeah. Ice milk.
My grandparents used to buy ice milk.
Yeah. Oh, but that ice dream stuff, I think I was listening to a report this week, a couple days ago, that the human brain has about a spoonful, like a plastic spoon weight of plastic in the brain, because we consume microplastics, like in that ice cream. I think that ice cream has like soluble plastic in it.
Well, that's pleasant. Let me throw it out the window right now.
I think they do. Like there's something in the McDonald's milkshake that allows it to stay so grossly thick, and when it melts, you notice it's just water and then a little foamy stuff up top. That's like
what? There's those the drumstick cones. They did a thing on it that you can leave a drumstick ice cream cone out all night long and it won't melt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because there's very little ice cream in it. It is some sort of other stuff. So now that we brought that up, so a little bit of what RFK says. I
say JFK ain't saying much.
He is right in some stuff. Like if he would, I think he should have been the head of the not the FDA. I mean the FDA, Food and Drug, yes, Food and Drug, not DHS, because he is right on certain things about how much shit is in the food we have, how much colorings and additives and fakeness and plastic.
But because he's not a scientist, he may be right about what's in there, but he has no knowledge of whether or not that actually has any impact.
I would rather have him be in charge of that than medicine.
I would rather have him be in charge of nothing.
Well, true.
Listen. Epstein did not kill himself.
You're probably right.
You are probably correct.
I'm having my windshield replaced right now.
Again?
Yeah, it's out in the... Yeah. Doesn't it seem like I had it replaced just a year and a half
5 minutes ago?
Oh, wait. I did have it replaced a year. And here's...
Where the fuck are you driving?
The man replacing it... I've got a Subaru now. But the man replacing it, the replacement man is... he said, you know what caused this? The windshield heater.
Really?
So I have a heated windshield, and because there must have been a particularly cold day, and when that thing fired up, the windshield heater fired up. It's not like blowing air; it's an electronic sort of electrodes that go around the windshield. It just heated it up too quickly and cracked the windshield from the bottom, and so then.
So who do we sue?
Nobody. There's nobody to sue.
I am just happy that Wally's finally come out as a lesbian.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
about time.
That was what we all missed.
Mm-hmm.
But do you know how much a windshield cost?
Nothing with SafeLight.
$1,200.
Do you not have insurance?
No, I do. It's $500. I have a $500 deductible, but it's $1,200 without the insurance. I will not use SafeLight. I hate those fucks.
Why not? They repair and replace. Just listen to the jingle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, the last time I used SafeLight was when I had the Volvo, one of my Volvos, and it took them 3 times to get the right windshield into that vehicle. The first one was wrong and didn't fit correctly. They came back with the second one. That one as well was the wrong bow, and it leaked. And they told me to put caulking around it. The third one ended up being correctly, but I will not use them anymore. Plus, SafeLight does not come to my house and do it anymore. They closed the shop that was in our region.
Wow.
So I don't want to go somewhere and sit there for fucking 5 hours.
Yeah, no.
Can't blame you.
Well, fuck that. So the guy comes here and he gets here when he gets here and he takes an hour and he goes. I give him 5 bills and we're both happy and we badmouth SafeLight and it's a good day. You know, okay. I like doing it. I have a iHeart story for you.
Okay.
Oh, goody.
This is just some time ago, I told you about the station out in San Diego, Sacramento, and they had fucked up the order with my client. You remember I was all upset. Well, I finally got it fixed.
Isn't that the one they took dark?
No, KSTE. This one's KSTE, KFBK.
Okay.
EIB. And the guy who I had fixed it with, he lasted almost 90 days and he was gone. So now I got a new guy. He's been there 30 days or 3 weeks I've been working with him. Already fucked it up.
Wow.
Already fucked it up and didn't air. I don't fucking hire some fucking radio people.
I don't know why anybody still wants to work there. Maybe that's why you're running into problems, because the people who could do a good job don't want to work for fucking iHeartRadio.
I had the same rep, Karen Onstadt, for 22 years at that radio station. And I bought 3 stations from her in the same building. In 22 years, not a single error, not a mistake. She had already been working at that station for 10 years before I started working with her. She was a radio professional. She wasn't the front end phone answerer at the local car dealership who decided, yes, I would like to work in the exciting world of radio. Let me see what that's about. Yeah. So again, fucked it up. And again, my client is just pissed. And I can't blame them. And that costs me. I lose face. I lose money. Fuckers.
Let me tell you about the state of Tennessee. let me tell you about how they tried to fuck me over.
Recently?
Yes.
Okay.
Last year in the summer, I thought it would be cool if I could register a business name so that I could keep the money that I earn from audiobooks and other voiceover stuff separate from my regular income.
Right.
So I was going to open a bank account in my professional name. And so I went through the steps to register with the state of Tennessee. And then by the time I got this letter, it basically said I had to start collecting sales tax. And I was like, well, I'm not going to fucking do that. And so I went back and forth by email with this guy with the state revenue department. And I said, I think there's a mistake because I'm not selling like goods. This is a voiceover business. And he said, yep, you got to collect sales tax. And you got to report every so often. Like it was like so much work for how little money I actually make in voiceover. So I was like, okay, can we pretend this never happened? Like, how do I undo all of this? And he said, you can close the account. Totally fine. So I did that. 7 days after the account was open, I closed it. So tell me why I get a letter last week from the state of Tennessee, or maybe 2 weeks ago, that says, we have estimated that you owe us $530 or $535 in taxes that you've not paid, and there's a $50 penalty for not filing on time. I was like, what? So I call in. I'm as nice as I possibly can be. When I say, I'm just hoping you can explain to me how the state of Tennessee has determined that with an account I had open for 7 days, I somehow owe you $585. Oh, well, that was just an estimate. So you can go in and file the actual amount. And I was like, the amount was zero. I didn't start the business. I didn't do I closed the account after a week and I didn't start the business because you all want me to do way too much work for how little money I'm going to earn. And right. He's like, oh, well, then you just file it with all zeros and then that amount will go away. And I said, what about the $50 late filing penalty? He goes, nope, it'll all go back to zero. Cool. So I do that, still annoyed. I check it a couple of days later. It says I still owe $15 as a late filing penalty. But I can request a waiver of the $15 if I think I have a good enough reason for not having filed in time.
So what did you do, Jess?
So I requested a waiver and did not use a single fuck in the explanation about how the account was open for 1 week and how I had no idea I had anything to file because the business never opened in the first place.
So Chris has been in business and he's probably
your mic is
oh, so
his mic is
been
what?
In business. He's probably faced these same things. You remember I explained a couple of years ago that when we closed our diner, it was almost 2 years later we got bills from the state saying you owe us sales tax for the last 2 years. And we had fucking closed it. We closed the account. We closed everything, had the letter from the state saying everything was closed. The worst part about that is, and I'm going to guess Chris can corroborate, and Jess, you can add, it's not about the bullshit it takes to clear it up. It's that now you're on the radar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now you're on the fucking radar.
Yep.
And that's what you'd never want to be on the fucking radar of the state because they fuck everything up every fucking time.
Yep.
And you almost can't get out of it because it's just a circle fucking jerk.
Yeah.
No matter what you say, they have some fucking lame ass reply to it or response to it or pre-written copy and paste answer to your question.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're on the radar, you're fucked.
Yeah.
I think
it's typical liberal bullshit. Jesus Christ Almighty.
Whenever you see now, an envelope that has from the Department of whatever, weights and measures from the Department of whatever it is, you're going to be like, oh, fuck. And you're going to get sweat down the crack of your ass.
Yep.
Because
I avoid those. I totally avoid them, much like I avoid ASCAP and BMI.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just, you know, the letters will go away eventually. If they want to sue me, let them sue me. I mean, you want half my money? Fine. What's half a zero? Pick it.
Right.
Take it.
No, you're kind of right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely kind of right. That you just say, fuck you guys. You can't get your shit right. You cause me more fucking stress and bullshit than I can even fucking account for.
The amount of hoops they wanted me to jump through
for $15
not even just for that. Like, had I decided to move forward with this, you know, registering a business or whatever, the amount of hoops that they wanted me to jump through to collect sales tax. Like, nobody's going to pay sales tax on voiceover work, first of all. And so then I'm just on the hook for that. But then also they want me to report, like, there was a regular frequency. It was more than once a year. There was a regular frequency. I think it might have been monthly or something that I needed to report sales tax collected or due or whatever. And I was like, there's no fucking way I'm doing that.
No, I remember at one point, I'm sure it was iHeart. iHeart started charging a fee if you paid them with a credit card.
Yeah.
They started, and I told them, fuck off. I'm going to start charging you. They charged, it was like a 15% or something. It was some ridiculous fee.
Which, by the way, goes against the, there are some rules for businesses.
I charge them 5% more.
Y'all talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Huh?
Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. At some point, when they sent me that, I sent them a letter saying I was going to charge them 20% additional for what it cost me to do business with them, because they would not accept paper checks anymore. There was they're fucking. And when you're on, so I pay them now through a payment portal, and the payment portal does not accept debit cards. You can only pay with a credit card.
Oh my God.
You either pay with a credit card or you can pay with check by e-check is the other way. It's like, what the fuck? So you can't use your debit card, and the debit card is the most advantageous to everybody, at least to me.
Mm-hmm.
It costs me nothing to use the debit card. It just comes straight out of my bank. So it's such a pain in the ass to do e-check, and you got to type it in every fucking time, and it's an endless routing number, checking account number, blah 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 blah. They are so hard to work with.
Mm-hmm.
They're just simply fucking just assholes.
Oh, they're awful people.
Huh?
But so they're awful people. You know, they're making those rules. But I have to ask, did Jessie have to take a shit? I mean, she left quickly.
I saw her with her phone. Man, listen, I almost yesterday did not make the toilet.
I had one of those last night.
Oh man, I was probably 30 miles from home, and I started feeling it coming on, and I started gurgling, and my ass started hurting, like that pain you get in the lower intestine.
Oh my God, I walked back in at the wrong time.
It was like really hurting. I was like, oh man, that's fucking pain. That's not just a cramp, it's a pain. I barely, like, I had to drop down onto the toilet, or else I would have shit on the floor yesterday. Yeah, I got my drawers down. I got situated over the pot, and I couldn't like put your hands on the pot and ease on that. Nope, it was just a fucking drop because I was done.
And it's funny how you say you're 30 miles. Last night I was 30 feet. Okay. And I looked over at Jenna and I'm like, oh Christ, this is going to be a photo finish.
It is. So, and I was just too far away. And I was constant in my head while I'm driving. I kept looking. I was looking at the side of the road saying, where is my pizza box place?
Yeah. Well,
Where is my pizza box place? Because I definitely was considering I might have to pull over and take a shit in the woods. And I'm
no, just hit a guardrail. That's all you got to do. Hit a guardrail and then open up your driver's door and your passenger door, and you've got a little stall.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to be one of those. Like I told you that, you guys, about that. I think it was last summer that Jody and I were coming off the exit ramp of 95, and we saw a person pants down, ass hanging over the guardrail, taking a shit.
It happens.
How, and there was all kinds of traffic. It wasn't like it was a dead end road. This was a main thoroughfare with traffic going on and off the 95 ramp. You're like, what the? Are you kidding me? You've got your ass hanging over the guardrail for all the world to see. I couldn't do it, you guys. I'd shit in my pants first. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I could.
Jess never has close call. You don't never have a close call, Jess?
She just did. That's why she was away from the microphone. Took her phone. She was in there fucking playing Sudoku on the can.
Is that what I was doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that how we got on the conversation of shitting? That's what you guys decided I had to leave for?
No, I didn't. I saw you on the phone. Chris thought automatically goes to must have to take a shit.
Good. Jesse had to take a shit.
Okay. No, my lawn guy was here and he needed to ask me something.
Jess.
Is that what you call him?
That's what I call him.
My lawn guy.
Because you know why?
Because
he does the lawn.
Is that what your kids call it?
Yeah.
All right.
Trims the hedges, does he?
Later, the pool boy is going to come by.
Yeah.
Take care. You have a lawn guy?
Yeah.
You pay the lawn guy?
No. He just shows up for free because of my sparkling personality.
Favors.
Well, I didn't know if it was if you were in some sort of HOA where they have a.
Have I never said that there's no fucking way I would ever live in an HOA? Because there's no fucking way I would ever live in an HOA, Wally.
I don't pay attention.
I know you don't.
I drift in and out of
like your microphone.
Huh? Oh, is it again?
Mm-hmm.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
you know what? I can't even hear myself. There we go. Am I too loud right there?
No, you're good right there.
Oh, okay.
I think you're fine.
All right, good. Okay, no, I drift in and out of consciousness when we're talking.
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes will nod off. I yesterday got we were talking about sparkling waters at dinner the other night. Sparkling waters in how they're much better in glass bottle. And I bought one called, everything's better in glass than plastic. Just is. At least mine. But I bought something called, I think it's called Canadian sparkling water. It is the fucking best sparkling water I've ever had.
Well, you better stock up before they put 1,000% tariff on it.
It's a small bottle. It's only like eight ounces, might be 10 ounces. Like
well, soon it'll be
$5.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say, Chris?
Soon it'll be 4 ounces for the same money.
Yep.
Yeah, it could be. But it's so delicious. I had the cherry and a raspberry yesterday. Fucking awesome. Just tasty. Didn't have that salty taste that lots of times sparkling water has. Just delicious. Delicious. Oh, and on our website today, on the town website, people are all up in arms because they saw Border Patrol in town at the Home Depot or something. And then that creates such an opening for people who are fucking just cunts. Yeah, good. Get them motherfuckers out of here. Yeah, we have a huge problem here, Maine, with illegals. There's so many illegal Canadians in Maine.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well.
Yeah, right. We're trying to chase them out of Maine. They're all about the place. Yeah, people are just fucking heinous with this shit now.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's about illegals, and then somebody writes, well, we need those folks here to pick blueberries and pick berries. And then somebody else calls them a racist because, is that all you think they're good for is picking berries and
that's the fucking work they were doing.
That's the fucking job they do. That's what they do. They're fucking ag workers. They're called migrant farmers. The fuck do you think they're doing? Paving driveways?
Yes, also that too.
Somebody just came into my house.
Should we shoot them?
No. I've told you, I could not ever shoot anybody. Just because I could never get the triggers lock off in time to do anything.
There was a story the other day about a guy in Memphis who got shot by his dog because he had his gun on the bed, apparently did not have the safety on the gun on the bed, and the dog jumped up on the bed, got its paw caught in the trigger guard, and pulled the trigger and grazed the guy with the gun.
Unfucking real. Dogs are shooting people now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't even know. I can't bring it up. Never mind.
Wally, your goddamn mic keeps dropping out.
I don't know what's wrong, Jess. I don't know what's wrong.
I just need you to fix your shit.
They're eating the dogs.
Mm-hmm. And so the dogs are fighting back.
Because they're eating the dogs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. All right. Is that? I don't know what's wrong with it.
It's good right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know what it is. It's a new cord,
but it fades out. It's not like Chris's stuff where it cuts out sporadically. Yours just sort of fades out until it's quieter.
Huh. Maybe it can't be the board. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know. So I was speaking with a friend earlier today, and both of us agreed that we would not be surprised if the current presidency ended early.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a coup.
Mm-hmm.
I think there could be a coup.
I think it could be French Revolution style.
Yeah.
Beheadings and all.
I think you could be right.
Put his head up on a spike in front of the White House.
It's everything's. There's nothing to hear. Everything.
Now Chris is cutting out, but we know what he's saying.
Yes, we do. Chris is lucky to be cutting out because he can't be held liable because you can't understand what he's talking about.
I didn't say I was going to behead anyone.
God, it's just gotten fucking out of hand.
Yeah.
Oh, so Monday Jody and my 37th anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
How about that?
That's right. It's on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, it's a fucking we forgot it was the day until later in the day. We all said, "Oh, Jesus Christ, it's our anniversary."
That's like the third time this year that you have forgotten a day on the day.
Yeah, well, because they're so unimportant to us. Those days, they just don't mean a lot.
People's birthdays.
Yeah, they just don't mean each other's. Our kids matter, the grandkids matter, but the other stuff, And
it's the third time this year he forgot his wedding anniversary. I mean, you only have 3 a year, and you forgot it.
Okay, I'm going to tell you that my grandson's mother, he doesn't listen to this show, so it doesn't matter. She, over the course of time, had said she couldn't get pregnant before she got pregnant with my grandson because she had a hysterectomy on this date. And then
before she got pregnant with your grandson, she had a hysterectomy?
Yeah. Yes, she had a hysterectomy when she was a teenager or some shit. And then she had another hysterectomy about 10 years after her first hysterectomy. Yeah. Make that work.
Sometimes you need a couple to make it stick.
Make that. It's like she's a salamander. Like she had salamander ovaries.
She just keeps growing back the uterus. I mean, what?
Yeah,
basically
uterus,
what it is.
The ovaries, and
it's like a snake when you cut it in half.
The fallopian tubes are all just coming back.
Yeah. You cut the snake in half, and it regenerates.
Okay.
Yeah, the The whole fuck. You know what, Chris? I wish you wouldn't have fucking said anything about it. Now I want an ice cream.
I thought you wanted a snake.
I want a soft serve.
He wants a hysterectomy.
I want a soft serve. What did you say? Oh, hysterectomy.
I said you want a hysterectomy.
Hey, listen, I remember my last hysterectomy. Okay.
Yeah. I also, there was a time when I would have paid for good money for a hysterectomy, but I don't need it anymore. It's fine.
Hey, I saw you guys post something and said it was about me. What did you post?
Oh, we needed to give something to Dad. What was that YouTube thing?
Yeah, I didn't post anything, Wally. I sent you a text.
Oh, is that what it was? Yeah, not posting. I'm sorry. So you sent me a text, but I didn't understand it. I didn't understand what was going on, but you and Chris did. What was going on? There
was a comment on our last episode of the podcast on YouTube. That says, amazing video. Thanks. I have a brief question. I currently hold some USDT in my OHX wallet and possess a 12-word recovery phrase: iron, observe, slam, major, mad, decorate, feed, photo, awesome, vast kitchen, faint. Could you guide me on how to transfer the USDT to Binance?
So
this is because we talked about cryptocurrency in the last episode, and the word cryptocurrency shows up in the show's summary.
Oh, there you go, then.
And I said, Wally, it's for you.
This is Peggy from the Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
know if it's funnier or less funny that I just had to fucking explain that.
Oh, I didn't. I just didn't, because I didn't remember we talked about cryptocurrency. So I got the part in the beginning where this is some sort of like, oh, I've watched your video and I think I could make you guys famous. I got that part of it, the bullshit part of it. I didn't understand the rest of it because I'd forgotten we talked about cryptocurrency. Right, we talked about Trump's crypto disaster. Right, I remember now. I've gotten a couple of more. United States Post Office. Sorry, your package is going to be late. Please contact us.
Oh, I was getting those a lot, but they just go straight to spam now. I don't see them.
Yeah, and I keep trying to figure out how to get them. Well, you know what? Most of them go to spam, but every now and again, one slips through, and I go like, "What the fuck?"
Well, you can report it, and then it'll automatically go in.
I never open them. Did you think I don't open them?
You don't have to open it to report it as spam.
Oh, yeah. I hit the little, but it depends on when I do it on my computer. It's much easier to report it as spam than.
Are you talking about text messages or emails?
No, emails.
Oh my God, my asshole hurts.
Right.
What do you have?
Right. Fucking Wally on us, I guess. I don't know what it is.
I told you, I don't eat ass. Shut up. Been established.
Good.
Trying to fucking explain shit to you, I swear to God.
I'm old.
Dude, no, I'm sad that these texts weren't around 20 years ago when you all were fucking raining mornings in buttfuck New York. I mean, Jesus Christ.
It's not that I'm old. It's that I just don't care to know about any of it.
As entertaining as our show was back then, it would have been fucking hilarious if there were text messages.
Oh, God. You know what? It would have been.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's Wally and Jess on the new USPS scam coming to your text message. The Beastie Boys down.
We could have never afforded cell phones that you could get text messages on.
No, not then.
Because back then you paid for...
Cell phones were just becoming... Like cell phones for personal use were just becoming a thing. I got my first cell phone while I was working there and then realized I couldn't afford it and... ran up the bill until they shut me off.
Yeah. I think Jody and I had the same thing. The bill, I think for 1 month was like $600 or $700. Like, what the fuck is this? I thought it was a phone.
Yeah. I don't think there were text messages yet on those phones.
No, I don't think there were.
And then when there were, they were pay like 10 cents a text or something.
Yeah, I think it was like 10 cents a text. Could you imagine that?
I would be so fucking broke.
Like, I think about that now. Like, why would anybody use that?
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck wouldn't you just call somebody?
But that was
I'm
still,
going to have to.
at the time, you still had to wait until after 7 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night or something to call people long distance because it cost less money. Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
Kids today have no idea.
Yeah. No, they have no idea how hard it was to stay in touch with people.
Yeah.
You actually had to.
Or to watch TV.
Person.
Or to watch TV. If you weren't there to see the show, you just didn't see the show.
It will be then. You turned on a channel. You don't have to fuck with turning on your Roku stick and all that blowjob shit.
Yep.
It fucking takes, you know what? It takes forever to get to something now. Like I did hear, and I don't know who was talking about this, and I heard it on, I don't know, I was listening to something on Sirius, but they made a great point that watching football or any sports, you used to just switch between channels. You know, you watch on CBS, there's this game, on them, there's this game, but it costs too much to have cable TV. And also now one football game's on Prime, the other one's on Netflix. You got to get out of Prime, go over to Netflix, wait for the stuff to open up and find. What a pain in the fucking ass.
But if you're just watching regular TV, that's still basically, even on an antenna, that still works basically the same.
Yeah, but so much sports is not going to be on regular TV anymore. Because now I think all the Thursday night games are going to Prime, and basketball now is on Netflix and Prime, and Hulu's they've all got something. It's a pain in the ass. So I'm thinking of getting rid of cable altogether. We still have cable, and we're thinking of getting rid of it.
I've only got internet, but I'm thinking about getting cable, so I've got a set-top box, and it's easy to get channels.
I have what the hell is that thing called? It's from Amazon, and I hook my antenna to it, and then it sends the digital signal to all of my TVs. And it's a DVR too, so I don't have to have cable, but I can still DVR live TV.
Yeah, see, I still want to have the local live stuff. I still want to. The main reason why we don't have it is I live far enough away from the city that an antenna isn't going to do us any good.
Yeah.
From where the towers are for television, and I can try to do the digital. I'd have to put it up on get it up, it'd go up, 40 feet in the air up off the chimney or something, and might be able to get a digital signal.
Young kids and your aerials.
But I still want to have access to local television in case there's a reason to need local television. But then
why would you need local television? Why would you need
if there's a news event or something, if there's a
look at your phone. Look at your phone.
Yep. We had, by the way, we had some pretty bad storms come through over the weekend.
Yeah, saw.
And what they used to do, the last time there were like serious tornadoes that came through was 2020. It was 2 weeks before lockdown. And there was a tornado that was on the ground for like 70 miles. It just like started at one end of Nashville and then just stayed on all the way through the rest of Tennessee. And when that happened, I was woken up at I think it was like 12:30 at night because my phone, it was like an obnoxious signal that broke through the do not disturb on my phone to tell me there was a tornado warning.
Right.
And I remember like waking up and like, I can't hear anything. There's no wind. There's no rain. I'm not hearing anything except for this obnoxious signal. And I look at the warning and I look at the radar and I can see that it's all about 5 miles north of me. So I, pay attention. I stay awake for a little while to make sure it doesn't come closer. And then after it was over, I went back to bed. This weekend, and I think they've been doing this for a while, and there haven't been severe enough storms for me to pay attention to. But this weekend, I get a text message that says it's from Metro Government Nashville with a weather alert and a link. It doesn't tell me what the weather alert is. They just expect that I'm going to believe that that's from Metro Nashville and click this link on my phone, which I obviously don't do. Then, because I did not respond to this, it says respond yes to confirm receipt, and I didn't do it because I don't know what the fuck this is.
Right.
Then I get an automated phone call where the very slow automated robot voice says, "This is Metro Nashville with a severe weather report."
I'll be right back.
Okay. And then very slowly tells you what the severe weather. If there had been a tornado warning, I would have been dead by the time this message got through. And I had to say yes or press 1 to confirm that I had received it. Or apparently it would continue to call me with the same thing.
Your phone, for some reason, Grandpa doesn't like this, but your phone, I mean, you've got instant results.
Yeah.
You're going to see exactly what's happening, or, you can say, wait around for, this is WSM's meteorologist Kurt Karnak, and we're going to tell you about severe thunderstorm and tornado activity that's heading towards Nashville, and we'll have it right after this commercial for Baby Ruth.
Right.
I mean,
but just the idea that they have switched from this immediate, like this noise that will alarm you if you wake up to it.
Well, it's the old EBS tone, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. So I had to change. I put a bunch of different apps on my phone so that if it does happen in the middle of the night, I'll still get the obnoxious tone, because I'm not going to, if I'm woken up by a phone call, even if it breaks through the do not disturb, if it's just an annoying robot voice with no urgency, I'm just waking up. I'm not going to know what the fuck that is.
Right. And that noise, that EBS tone, people even outside of radio, that are of a certain age, like you, me, and, Wally and the Beeve, they know that noise is, oh, shit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I mean, the younger kids know the duck farts, and we know the nuclear.
Part of the problem is when I just catching the beginning of your story is we're inundated with so much spam and scam and all that shit.
Exactly.
You don't even know what to fucking pay attention to.
Exactly.
You ignore all of it.
But when they were just they were pushing the severe weather alerts, and it went through your phone carrier and it made that obnoxious noise, you couldn't turn that off. You couldn't change that because it was an emergency alert. You can't unsubscribe from them or anything.
Well, in the iPhone, you can. The iPhone, you can go down and you can turn off the emergency alerts.
Oh, I don't know why you would, but okay.
Well, that's just because I think a lot of people get hit with these Amber alerts for areas they're not.
Now, mine lets me.
Like somebody will have like a.
Mine lets me choose
number
which alert. Mine lets me choose which alert. So I don't have Amber alerts turned on. I don't have like a watch. If it's a tornado watch, I don't need you to alert me. If the tornado is bearing down on my house, wake me up. Otherwise, I don't care.
Well, if it's bearing down in your house, you're going to be dead.
Yeah. Basically.
So I want to see what the emergency setting is. EMERGEN. Emergency contacts? No. Alert. Try that. ALERT.
I think it's severe weather alert or something.
His spelling's gotten better.
Braille alerts? What?
Braille.
The fuck does that even work?
Maybe it pulsates.
Wireless emergency alerts.
I don't have any of those.
Okay, I can turn it off. I cannot turn off national alerts. I can choose extreme threats, severe threats, Amber alerts, public safety messages, state and local tests. And then there's an emergency alert history. But the last time they sent one was July 19th.
I don't have any of the. I have no alerts on my phone. And I've even turned off. I was getting way too many Associated Press breaking news alerts. I've turned that off now. And smart news. I turned that off now. Too many fucking alerts. I don't want any more alerts.
But the thing is, I do want the tornado warning. Like, I want that. But I don't want it to be a text message where I then have to click a link to see and then hope that my internet is working so that I can so that the web page will load to tell me what the alert is,
It
or
sort of
sit through
seems like
30 seconds of a automated phone call that at the very end says tornado warning.
if there is a tornado warning, the likelihood of you having internet service at that point is pretty low. You know,
I don't know.
The warning, nah, it's next door. My internet has been out for a while.
Well, that's not true everywhere.
The heavy wind got into town.
My internet, because I have fiber, it's underground, so it doesn't get knocked out by storms.
Oh, you're in an advanced city.
Yeah.
I'm out in the Podunkville.
That reminds me. A couple days ago, somebody rings my goddamn doorbell.
God damn them.
I go open the door, and it's a guy with a Google Fiber on his shirt. And he says, "Hi, I'm with Google Fiber, and I just want to let you know that, it's available in the area now. And you know what? Let me give you the contact information." And I said, "I don't need it." And he looked at me, and I said, "You ignored not one, but two no soliciting signs, so I'm not gonna..." And before I can even finish my sentence, he says, "I'm actually not selling anything." And I was like, oh. And then I was like, "I don't need any contact information from you." And I closed the door, because otherwise I was going to lose my fucking mind on this man. You want to talk about logistics when you ring my doorbell representing a company that wants to take money from me and try to tell me you're not selling me anything? Really?
Jess, do you save this up all week and wait for somebody to ring the bell? Please, come on. I could see you looking out the window and going,
I don't need to save it. If they ring the bell, I'm bad.
You could see somebody like Jess would see
I was
somebody
there.
across the street ring the bell across the street and go, "Oh, yeah, come on over. I got some shit saved up for you, motherfucker."
I wish it was there, because you could probably hear it, Wally. It's like when I was getting the STEM treatment earlier, the chiropractor. You kind of hear it in your ear a little bit. But you'd be next to Jess and just all of a sudden.
Oh, hold on. What did Chris say?
I don't know.
I said, you'd be next to Jess, somewhere. And you'd be next to her and she's winding up. You can just hear her going.
Oh, yeah. You could hear that. Hey, what about this
Fuck you, solicitor.
What about this bullshit? Of course, they took out pictures, any reference to the Enola Gay.
Yeah.
Who's gay?
Enola Gay.
And anybody whose name was gay, last name, first name, doesn't matter. You don't exist anymore.
It could be DEI. They took Jackie Robinson off the Department of Defense, the DOD list.
Well, he's a black now. You understand?
Yeah, he's a black.
Mm-hmm.
He fucking was drafted. That motherfucker was drafted and went to war.
Mm-hmm.
And he may be one of the.
And they've destroyed that shit. They didn't just remove it. They've destroyed those photos.
Yeah. He is one of the most important black men in the history. I mean, he's in there with, 10 or 20 black men who were very important to the progression
mm-hmm.
of just equal rights and just fucking curbing racism. I don't want to say ending racism, because it didn't end racism, but it certainly,
Wait a minute. Racism isn't dead?
Oh, yeah, no. I misspoke. Of course,
almost, Chris. It's almost dead. Yeah.
Listen. I mean, how long have we been fighting? How long? We bring this great man into office who says everything's going to end. Everything's going to end. Everything's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't ended racism yet.
But shut up about egg prices.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, we were actually debating whether we were going to put down bowling lanes with hardwood or eggs the other day, because apparently they both cost about the same.
Yeah.
I have come to the conclusion he may be one of the dumbest human beings.
No, I think he's actually one of the brightest human beings. I really, no, seriously, think about it. Everything he does is 100% divisive, 100% planned out. He knows exactly what the fuck he's doing. He's not stupid at all. He's brilliant.
He's like a modern day Snidely Whiplash.
Well, I don't know who the fuck that is. Is that Mr. Step and Fetch It? I don't know. But
well, you remember on Laugh Olympics?
No.
He's a cartoon.
He's very young, Wally.
Yeah. You're younger than you, Toots. Okay, and I don't know what the hell he's talking about. You want to bring up the wacky races next?
I think you're 3 or 4 years younger than me, actually.
49.
I'll be 53 this year.
Okay, so what? So I wouldn't have touched in high school. I understand. It's fine.
I'll be,
and vice versa.
There you
I'll
go.
be 62 in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
God damn it.
Well, my only other friend in Maine turned 60 today.
I am so lucky to be this old. I never thought I would get here. I thought that 60 seemed like an unreachable place.
I'm going to be 50 in 2 months, and I think 60 is an unreachable place. Okay. I absolutely do.
Yeah,
I absolutely do. I'm not going to tell Jenna until 59 and a half, but
I don't think I'm going to make it to 60.
Yeah, I don't, and it's not a matter of think, it's a matter of want, I think, at this point. I mean, look where the fuck this country's going. Is it going to get better in 4 years? Fuck no, because some cocksucker's going to fucking elect that bearded devil, and then we're going to have 8 years of that. And at that point, I'm going to be 60. It's over. Game, set, and match.
I got to believe the bearded devil does it. And I also I do kind of believe the bearded devil is not as devilish as.
I bet he's worse. I think he's worse.
You think so?
I think he's worse. I'm a goddamn lifelong Republican, and I'm scared.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of lifelong Republicans are. I do now. I will admit that on occasion, I will see certain things going on, and I do feel actual fear.
Yeah.
Like I actually feel like, so I'm even hesitant at times to post certain things on and respond to people on Facebook who laud the president.
Oh, absolutely, because they'll jump on you.
Yeah, and
absolutely jump on you.
But I'm also afraid that he'll, take some sort of when he's done fucking trying to run roughshod on judges and anybody else who doesn't believe him.
He's going to start coming after 60-year-olds in Maine.
Going to come after
probably
just regular people, just anybody who he doesn't agree with.
Think of all the groups out there. Okay, and this is going to sound very Archie Bunkerish of me because we know how right side Archie Bunker was. Yeah. Okay, as we began this call before Jess got on, talking about Rob Reiner. But listen, look, I'm to the right. Okay, listen, I got a bunch of friends that are fags. Can you say that? Yeah, Archie Bunker. There you go. But I'm worried for them. Mm-hmm. I'm worried for these people. Oh, yeah. I'm worried for these people that don't happen, to share the same fucking skin color as me. Yep. Okay. I mean, Wally, you drive a fucking Subaru. You were on the list. Okay. You are on the fucking list.
You're already scheduled for conversion therapy, Wally.
Okay. They are going to send you to a camp.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Is Tennessee where the conversion therapy was voted in?
Probably.
Would it shock you?
Some state had a vote on conversion therapy.
I think it was probably Texas, but Tennessee. If Tennessee wasn't involved, they will be.
So there's the weird thing about Texas too. I can't understand why people take pride in being horrible. They take a pride in being wrong, or they take a pride in being. I'm not proud to be pro-choice. It's just what I am.
Texas is another country.
Texas is definitely another country. Texas has always been another country.
It always has. Mm-hmm. It always has. I mean, the Republic of, it's like we when we go there, we're visitors in their country. I am surprised you don't need a fucking passport to go in.
When I lived there, the attitude, they're still mad at Yankees, first of all. Like, the war's been over for a couple of minutes now, and they're still pretty mad at Yankees in Texas. Yeah. And they were mad at the way that I talked. And I do remember one guy who made a joke out of it when I started talking, and he said, "You ain't from here. Where are you from?" And I said, "I'm from New York." And he went, "Oh, North Texas."
And now she's got
good.
neighbors that look at her and go, "Where you stay at?"
Yeah, I do.
Hi, you mama and them.
Mm-hmm.
No, I hated. I didn't hate, but I felt an animus when I was in Texas, when I was interviewing down there for a gig.
It was really hard to work there for me.
Well, I could tell it was, and even though I was offered a job, I was like, no, I could not live here.
I told you when I worked for Satan, the first thing he ever said to me was, "You do anything about that Yankee accent?" And I said,
and there you have it.
In Virginia too.
And I said, I wasn't aware that I had one. And he said, "Oh, you do. And it's bad."
It's bad, Shug.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same experience I had in Virginia, except when I was in Virginia, they wanted me, as you remember, to speak with a twang.
Nobody ever asked me to put one on, but I think I learned one just for survival.
So one of the things I do have, and Jess, maybe you have it, I don't know, but I do say for my time, the 4 years I spent in Virginia, I do say y'all as part of my regular vernacular now.
I also say, do what?
Yeah. I do say, isn't he precious? Or
I say, bless your heart.
Bless your
heart. There are little pieces of the vernacular I picked up and I have with me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't pick up the N word, though I heard it a lot.
No,
I didn't carry that back north with me.
Same. I heard it the most in the town where I worked for Satan.
Yeah, I heard it the most in the town over from where
Well, I use it enough for both of us. It's okay. Don't worry about that.
Oh, thank goodness. Thanks for taking one for the team there, Chris.
Hey, listen, sometimes you have to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to cut it short, but I've got to piss really bad. So I'm going to jump off.
The ice cream, man.
I know.
All right, guys.
It's my own damn fault.
Well, should we do this again next week, you think?
Why not?
All right. Oh. I might have Brad joining us in the next couple of weeks.
That would be fun.
And who else did you have? Who was the young woman that joined us?
Mickey?
That who joined us? Yeah, you should.
Okay.
Yeah, you should make it a hootenanny.
I'll tell her she's been requested.
All right.
A hootenanny.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds racist. All right.
Well, no, not quite. See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.